In the cinematic universe of Men in Black, Earth is not just a planet inhabited by humans. It's an intergalactic meeting point where hundreds of alien species live in secret, all under the careful supervision of the MIB. In this video, we're going to explore the most important species in this movie saga, from repulsive cockroach-like invaders to the mysterious extragalactic beings who play with galaxies as if they were marbles, and many others. We begin with the very first alien seen in the first film, Mikey, a Cimmerian. Though his role was brief, he set the tone for the strange and dangerous world hidden on Earth. Cimmerians are an amphibian species that came to our planet seeking refuge. However, Mikey was actually an escaped convict trying to enter the country disguised as an immigrant. Physically, Mikey looked like a humanoid mix between a frog and a crocodile. He had two independently moving eyes, a shell-like back covered with 6 small arms, and a mouth hiding extendable, shark-like jaws. When Agents K and D confronted him, Mikey panicked and revealed his true form, forcing K to eliminate him to protect the civilian. Other Cimmerians make brief appearances at MIB headquarters and in the animated series, but Mikey remains the only one named. Also, a similar creature appears dancing with Will Smith in the Men in Black music video, but it's unlikely to be Mikey. He had already been killed before Agent J joined the organization, and the voice is clearly different. Cephalopods are an alien species introduced in the first film. While on Earth, they usually appear completely human, but K reveals that they have gills and their eyes pulse strangely when breathing, hinting at an aquatic or cephalopod-like biology. Their name suggests they resemble squids or octopuses, though their true form is never shown. Cephalopods have enhanced speed, stamina, and the ability to leap great distances, making them extremely agile compared to humans. One is seen early in the movie, fleeing from the NYPD. James Edwards, later known as Agent J, is the only officer able to keep up. The alien warns him that the cockroach is coming, then chooses to end his life rather than be captured or punished for his failure. This encounter leads to Jay's recruitment into the Men in Black, and it's later revealed that the weapon the alien carried was a high-powered, reverberating carbonizer, implying he may have been an assassin working for Edgar the Bug. Summer is here. The days are longer, the sun is brighter, and if you're like me, that can be a problem. You might not know this, but I suffer from insomnia, and for years I used cheap sleep masks to try to cope. The problem? They let light through, and as a side sleeper, they'd slip off or press against my eyes. That's why I switched to the Manta Sound sleep mask from today's sponsor, Manta Sleep. This isn't just any sleep mask. It gives me 100% blackout with 0 eye pressure, and the C-shaped eye cups make it comfortable even when I sleep on my side. Plus, it's got razor-thin Bluetooth headphones built in, so I can play calming sounds or music. It's got perforated materials for airflow, a 20-hour battery life, which is double the competition. It comes with convenient tabs to adjust the speakers, and no annoying battery notifications waking you up. Whether you need to block out those late summer sunsets or tune out the sounds of summer nights, Manta Sleep helps you take control of your sleep environment and get deep restorative rest, anytime, anywhere. You can join the ProNap movement today at mantasleep.com and use my code Pulsa10 at checkout for 10% off. Trust me, once you try it, you won't go back to generic masks. Skooks are a humanoid alien species capable of passing as humans, though their green blood and unique ability to regenerate their heads after decapitation set them apart, a process that is both painful and imperfect. The most well-known Skook is Jacob, also known as Jeebs, an alien living on Earth disguised as a pawn shop owner. Jeebs deals in both human goods and illegal alien weaponry, frequently skirting Men in Black regulations. Despite his criminal tendencies, he's a valuable informant for Agents J and K. Blowing his head off has become something of a running gag, usually to force his cooperation. In Men in Black 2, Jeebs assists Jay in restoring K's memory using an outdated and unreliable deneuralizer. Though not exactly trustworthy, Jeebs remains a recurring ally with highly questionable morals. The worms, also known as annelids or manibodas, are small, worm-like aliens from the planet Takwala. They have slender bodies, long arms, antennae, and an unusual fondness for coffee, despite it being banned on their homeworld. Lazy, mischievous, and often indulgent, the worms are notorious for their hedonistic behavior, impulsive shopping sprees, and constant chatter within Men in Black headquarters. While mostly serving as comic relief, they occasionally assist Agents J and K, most notably in Men in Black 2, where they take part in the fight against Serlina. They tend to panic in dangerous situations, but their ability to regenerate from injuries makes them surprisingly resilient. Although they can't disguise themselves as humans, they sometimes attempt it, usually clumsily, creating extra headaches for the agents tasked with keeping extraterrestrial life hidden. The twins are a species of invertebrate aliens from Centauri B, recognizable by their worm-like bodies, a single central eye stalk, and multiple arms encircling their upper torso. Despite their unsettling appearance, they are intelligent and skilled, often working with advanced technology such as the massive computer systems at MIB headquarters. Their species operates on a 37-hour day and a 19-month year, creating severe circadian rhythm conflicts when interacting with humans. Though only two members, Edikiukup and Bob, are known, they embody their species' technical expertise and their lack of need for human disguises, functioning openly within MIB thanks to their unique physiology and trusted roles. Squids are a tentacled alien species identified by the Men in Black with a code name rather than an official designation. They have large dark eyes, brown skin, and multiple tentacles covering their bodies. In the first film, only a newborn is shown, but it's assumed that the adults have a similar appearance. Agent J assists in delivering a baby squid during a chaotic and aggressive birth, suggesting that females give live birth rather than laying eggs, and that they can be extremely dangerous during labor. Despite its alien form, the newborn behaves much like a human infant. The Arquillians are a race of small humanoid beings with large heads and eyes, resembling miniature versions of the Greys. Due to their tiny size, they operate from within human-shaped robotic exosuits to interact with other species. Originating from the planet Arquilla, they are renowned for their advanced technology and their significant influence over galactic politics. In the first Men in Black film, a member of the royal family, Gentle Rosenberg, is assassinated by Edgar, who is searching for the Arquillian galaxy, a miniature galaxy contained inside a jewel worn by Rosenberg's cat, Orion. The Arquillians threaten to destroy Earth if the galaxy is not recovered, forcing Agents J and K to act quickly to save the planet. Remulians are a small alien species from the planet Remulia, best known for their representative on Earth, Frank. These aliens disguise themselves as dogs, specifically pugs, allowing them to blend into human society without the need for exosuits or special breathing apparatus. This suggests that their homeworld likely has an atmosphere similar to Earth's. Frank is sarcastic, talkative, and deeply involved in Men in Black affairs. While he mostly serves a comedic role, he provides crucial information, particularly about the Arquillian galaxy in the first movie. In Men in Black 2, he temporarily becomes Agent J's partner, though he proves to be more of a distraction than a real help. In the animated series, Frank's true alien form is shown as a greenish, pug-like creature with antennae and a tail. Despite his small size, Frank is cunning and has participated in several high-risk missions, making appearances in later media such as Alien Crisis and Men in Black International. The Proximans, commonly referred to as bugs or cockroaches, are a hostile insectoid species from a planet known only as Hive World. They thrive on destruction, feed on the dead, and multiply rapidly in the aftermath of war. Driven by a deep-rooted instinct for chaos, they infest, consume, and obliterate entire civilizations, making them one of the most feared species in the galaxy. Physically, Proximans are large, grotesque creatures, most often resembling giant cockroaches, though certain castes take forms similar to mosquitoes, beetles, or scorpions. They stand between 2 and 2.5 meters tall, protected by thick exoskeletons, and possess extraordinary strength, agility, and flexibility. Some are even capable of flight under Earth's gravity. Despite their bulk, they are remarkably limber, able to squeeze into tight spaces, or even disguise themselves by wearing human skin, as Edgar did. Proximan's society operates under a strict hive hierarchy, ruled by a constantly reproducing queen. She lays hundreds of eggs to ensure the species' rapid expansion. Some bugs are born fully formed, while others start life as massive subterranean larvae resembling giant worms. The queen is revered by her offspring, and her most prized secretion, royal jelly, is used both as sustenance and as currency within the hive. Culturally, Proximans are crude and literal-minded, often interpreting orders in the most direct way possible. Yet beneath their brutish demeanor lies a cunning intelligence. They are capable of piloting spacecraft, handling advanced weaponry, and manipulating others to achieve their goals. They also possess a pronounced inferiority complex, reacting with extreme violence when insulted or when any form of insectoid life is harmed. Their presence almost always signals the imminent destruction of another civilization. At present, the Proximans are at war with the more peaceful Arquillians, a conflict that brought one of their operatives to Earth. Disguised in human skin, the Proximan known as Edgar murdered multiple people in his relentless pursuit of the Arquillian galaxy, intending to spark a galactic war. The extragalactic aliens are mysterious, possibly ancient entities that exist beyond the known universe, far outside the jurisdiction of the Men in Black. Almost nothing is known about their biology or culture. One such being is depicted as a massive gelatinous life form with 3 bulging yellow eyes and 4-fingered hands. These creatures appear to operate on a cosmic scale, casually playing with marbles that contain or reflect entire galaxies, including the Milky Way, suggesting their perception of the universe is radically different from our own. It remains unclear whether these marbles actually contain galaxies or merely mirror them, but the implication is that our galaxy might be utterly insignificant from their perspective. Unipod worms are enormous subterranean alien creatures, worm-like in appearance, that inhabit the underground regions of Earth, particularly the New York City subway system. Despite their colossal size and strength, they are generally non-hostile unless provoked. They possess long, flexible bodies capable of tunneling at incredible speeds and can consume large objects, including subway cars. The only known unipod worm is Jeff, who has been part of Men in Black operations since his infancy. Jeff served as an organic disposal system for certain subway lines. Though often misunderstood as a threat, he displays signs of intelligence, guilt, and emotion, especially after accidentally endangering human lives. Unipod worms are durable, but not invulnerable. Jeff ultimately dies when the alien Serlina explodes from within his body after being swallowed. The bi-headed aliens, or bicranials, are a sapient species from the planet Bicrania, easily identified by their dual-headed anatomy. Their main body resembles that of a human, but they possess a second, smaller, fully functional head attached to their back via a flexible neck or mechanical harness. This secondary head is entirely conscious, capable of independent speech and thought, and able to move on its own, though it has no direct control over the body. Each head has its own distinct personality, often resulting in contradictory behavior. The primary head tends to be slightly more confident, while the secondary, symbiotic head is usually more impulsive or clumsy. Despite having 2 brains, bicranials rarely display superior intelligence or coordination. In fact, their split consciousness often leads to confusion, arguments, and awkward behavior. It is believed this evolutionary trait developed to enhance perception, communication, or multitasking, though known individuals like Scrad and Charlie have shown only limited benefits. When necessary, bicranials can hide their secondary head to pass as humans, but their unusual proportions and erratic behavior frequently draw attention. Within the Men in Black universe, bicranials are considered unusual but manageable, although that they require constant supervision due to their unpredictability and potential for criminal activity. The Kreulians are a highly intelligent humanoid species, known for their small bodies, disproportionately large heads, and high-pitched voices. Despite their non-threatening appearance, they are among the most technologically advanced species known to the Men in Black, capable of building spacecraft that can travel hundreds of times faster than the speed of light. Kreulians are often arrogant and hostile toward humans, making them a potential threat if left unsupervised. They are master engineers and inventors, but their brilliance is often paired with recklessness or outright criminal tendencies. Their most infamous member is Jara, who revealed his anatomy during a confrontation with Agent J. He is a tiny alien who pilots a personal spacecraft concealed beneath a large trench coat, which also hides miniature clones of himself. The Kylothians are a hostile, shape-shifting species originating from the Kylos system, known for their aggressive nature and plant-like biology. In their natural form, Kylothians resemble creatures covered in vines and tentacles, capable of transforming into other beings, including humans. Their true forms often appear as grotesque masses of vines or as small, snake-like plant creatures. Individuals of this race can compress themselves into tiny shapes, stretch into massive, worm-like figures, and regenerate after sustaining severe damage. They possess neural tentacles, each with its own independent mind, that are highly lethal. Combined with their durability and advanced intelligence, these traits make Kylothians formidable infiltrators and manipulators. Their species has long been at war with the Zarthians, seeking powerful artifacts such as the Light of Zartha to tip the balance in their favor. Despite their strength, Kylothians are vulnerable to heavy weaponry and can be defeated with enough firepower or well-planned strategy. The Zarthians are mysterious aliens from the planet Zartha, known for their deep connection to an immensely powerful energy source called the Light of Zartha, which protects their world. Their true form is unknown, though evidence suggests they may be beings composed of pure energy, capable of taking on human appearances. It is even implied that the light itself can assume a living form, as shown through the character of Laura, hinting that Zarthian biology and energy are deeply intertwined. The Arquilians are an extremely rare, possibly extinct species, known for their unique perception of time and reality. They possess the extraordinary ability to see all possible futures simultaneously, enabling them to predict outcomes based even on the smallest changes in events. This non-linear awareness makes them invaluable in matters of cosmic significance. Arquilians typically have a humanoid appearance and can disguise themselves as humans, though their true biology remains largely unknown. Despite their immense intelligence and calm demeanor, they are not immune to fear or pain, especially when they foresee tragic outcomes they cannot prevent. Historically, the Boglodites destroyed the Arquilians' homeworld, leaving Griffin as the last known survivor. The temporal awareness and emotional depth of their species suggests they were peaceful, contemplative beings, non-combative by nature, which left them defenseless. The Boglodites were an extinct alien species native to the planet Boglodites, known for their parasitic and invasive nature. These apex predators roam the galaxy, consuming entire planets, depleting them of resources and life before moving on to the next. Their survival depended on constant planetary conquest and destruction. Boglodites were tough, resilient, and extremely dangerous, with great strength, agility, and a violent temperament. They were partially insectoid, featuring retractable claws, parasitic, spine-shooting organisms, and a semi-humanoid appearance used for disguise. Though their true form is only seen briefly, it suggests a monstrous creature with multiple limbs. Due to their destructive nature, the ArcNet's shield was created to prevent them from reaching Earth, a defense that ultimately led to their extinction by cutting them off from habitable planets. Boris the animal was the last known Boglodite, imprisoned while the rest of his species starved to death. This fueled his hatred and his mission to change history in order to save his race. Weasels are small, parasitic alien creatures, biologically linked to the Boglodites. acting as both organic weapons and companions. They resemble insectoid organisms with claws, living within the hollow limbs of Boglodites, particularly their arms, and functioning as ranged weapons by firing lethal bone-like spikes at their targets. These creatures are highly aggressive, precise, and seem to operate with a degree of intelligence, responding to commands and assisting in combat. Despite their small size, they are extremely deadly, and played a critical role in aiding Boris the Animal during his attempts to alter history in Men in Black 3. Weasels share the resilience and combat instincts of the Boglodites, but like their hosts, they are vulnerable to physical destruction. With the extinction of the Boglodites, the Weasels also disappeared. The Coexistians are a diminutive, sentient, reptilian-like species with a unique social structure modeled after the game of chess. Although small enough to fit inside a human's pocket, they are intelligent, agile, and equipped with exoskeleton-like armor that allows them to transform into shapes resembling chess pieces, most notably pawns, reflecting a caste-based hierarchy. Originating from an unknown world, Coexistians live under a strict monarchical and hierarchical system in which loyalty to their queen is absolute. Pawns, the most common caste, have no individual names and exist solely to serve their queen. If she dies, they may fall into despair or transfer their loyalty, even to a being of another species. Their armor may serve both biological and ceremonial purposes, offering protection while also signifying rank. Despite their small size, Coexistians carry advanced energy weapons and possess deep knowledge of intergalactic affairs, often serving as scouts or informants. While generally peaceful, their intense loyalty and rigid traditions make them highly disciplined allies, but also emotionally vulnerable if their social structure is disrupted. Tribracians are a near-human species native to the planet Tribracia, distinguished by the presence of a concealed third arm located on their back. While their general appearance matches humans in size and shape, this additional limb provides a unique physical advantage, particularly in combat or tasks requiring dexterity and manipulation. Fully bipedal and highly intelligent, this species can easily blend into human society. The third arm can be hidden beneath clothing, making them difficult to detect. Tribracians are known to have engaged in activities within the intergalactic black market. One notable example is Riza Stavros, an infamous arms dealer. Although their biology and culture remain largely unexplored, their anatomical adaptations suggest a species evolved for versatility, deception, and survival, traits that make them formidable allies or dangerous enemies. Dyads are a rare and nearly extinct alien species originating from a binary star system in the constellation Draco. These beings are composed entirely of pure energy and can manipulate matter at will, effortlessly shifting between solid, liquid, and gaseous states. This ability makes them highly resistant to physical attacks and virtually indestructible under normal conditions. In the Men in Black universe, only 2 Dyads have ever been seen, known as the Twins, both of whom were extremely dangerous. Although initially mistaken for villains, it was revealed that they were attempting to recover a super weapon used against the Hive, the species responsible for annihilating their kind. Despite their formidable power, Dyads, and likely all species from their homeworld, are vulnerable to extreme energy discharges, a weakness that ultimately led to their defeat. The Terrantians are a physically imposing species from Andromeda 2, known for their massive musculature and natural strength, making them ideal candidates for roles as bodyguards or enforcers. While little is known about their biology or society, Terrantians are intelligent and capable of making their own moral judgments. Only a single Terrantian has ever been identified on Earth, suggesting that the species may be rare or subject to strict regulation by the Men in Black. Jababians are a royal lineage species from the planet Jababia in the Centaurus A galaxy. Known for their empathy-based abilities, they can perceive emotions and thoughts through physical contact. Despite their unusual appearance, they hold positions of power and guard technology so advanced that they can compress stars to use as weapons. Their most notable representative is Vungus the Ugly, a Jababian noble who carried one of the most powerful superweapons ever created, underscoring the species' importance in both intergalactic diplomacy and defense. The Hive is an extremely dangerous parasitic species, introduced in Men in Black International. Unlike other extraterrestrial threats, the Hive does not simply conquer or destroy planets, it assimilates them. Its method of invasion is unique, as it merges with the DNA of other species, allowing it to mimic their biology, assume their identities, and infiltrate entire civilizations from within. This makes it incredibly difficult to detect and even harder to eradicate. Originating from an unknown region of the universe, the Hive's ultimate goal is to consume and control, embedding itself into powerful individuals and institutions. Once inside a host, it retains their memories and abilities, making it almost indistinguishable from the original being. Over time, the host becomes completely subjugated to the Hive's will, serving only to advance its agenda of galactic domination. In 2016, the Hive attempted to invade Earth using a wormhole located at the top of the Eiffel Tower. Agents High T and H were sent to stop the incursion. Officially, the mission was a success, and Agent H was celebrated as a hero. However, in truth, the Hive managed to partially assimilate High T, who then used a neuralizer to erase Agent H memories of the event. Over the next 3 years, High T, now under the Hive's control, secretly organized a second attempt to bring the Hive fully to Earth. By 2019, the Hive's influence had reached critical levels, and it was seeking a star-powered weapon. While the Dyad twins were initially blamed, it was later revealed that they were actually trying to use the weapon against the Hive, not in collaboration with it. The Hive-controlled High T ultimately obtained the weapon and prepared to reopen the Eiffel Tower wormhole, allowing the full invasion force to enter Earth. During the final confrontation, Agents H and M and a small alien Pawnee uncovered the truth. Agent M used the star weapon to destroy High T and seal the wormhole, eliminating the Hive's presence both on Earth and, presumably, on the other side of the portal. The Hive stands as one of the most insidious threats that Men in Black have ever faced, due to its ability for biological infiltration, mimicry, and its terrifying power to turn trusted allies into enemies. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, remember to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on my latest videos. See you in the next one. Hey, don't go just yet. If you enjoyed this video, I've got another one I think you'll love. Check it out.